Hello there, my name is Harish Shah, and I'm the guy that they call the Singapore Futurist, and I am back on this YouTube channel after a long 5-year hiatus. I just needed the right reason, the right motivation to come back with another video that would be apt for this particular channel, and I am going to dive right into that today. I'm sure you would have heard about the universe. You would have heard about the multiverse. Then you would have heard about what Mark Zuckerberg has made famous, the metaverse. And then I'm sure some of you who are future junkies like myself, you would have heard about the tech singularity. And then you would have also, some of you, heard of the global brain, where the whole planet starts functioning like a single organism, a brain that functions just like the one inside your head in a single thought process, a singular thought process. Well, all of these things have been talked about for a long time now as if they are hypothetical, as if they are imaginary, as if they are fantastical, as if they are, even if really feasible and possible, some things very far ahead into the future, too far away to bother about now. I'm going to debunk all of that. For more than 5 years now at least, if you have been moving around with a mobile phone in your hands or a smartwatch on you or any other wearable device or a digital device that you can move around, what you may not have realized, what you probably would not have realized, I mean, most of you, would have been that your thoughts have been read and picked up by a vast ocean, a very vast ocean of algorithms of all sorts that operate on any and every application, website, platform that you access through your devices that are connected to the internet. And these algorithms have been tracing, tracking, following, understanding, deciphering your behaviors, and more importantly, your thought processes. And then these algorithms, and then the various platforms, your search sites, the websites you use for all kinds of purposes. I'm not just talking about your social media sites or social networking platforms. They would have been responding to you, some more subtly than others, some a little more blatantly. Some of you may already know about this algorithm, but you may not have consciously realized that these algorithms have been dynamically engaging and responding to your thought process. But it hasn't necessarily been one-way street. What I'm trying to tell you is that as you have been interacting unconsciously or subconsciously with these online algorithms of all sorts, through your mobile applications, through the websites, through your browsers, on the various platforms that you use daily or even once in a while, what has been happening is that these algorithms have also been influencing your behaviors, especially your buyer behaviors, right? Your learning behaviors via influencing your thought process. And this has probably been happening so subtly, you've probably not realized it. And that is not just it. It is not just about algorithms. It's about AI driven algorithms. The more recent period you look at, the more likely it is that these have been AI driven algorithms with an increased level, an amplified level of intentionality behind how these algorithms would have been influencing your thought processes. First, by understanding them, deciphering them, breaking them down, analyzing them, and then concocting the responses necessary to influence your thoughts, right? So it's become a two-way street now. The human mind interacts with algorithms hidden behind the apps, the websites, the platforms, whatnot, and then they interact back. And so it's a two-way interface that's been occurring. And this is not something that is going to happen in the future. This is not something that has been happening just today. This is something that has already been happening for more than half a decade now, whether or not you have realized it, right? And this is very important because these algorithms have not just been interacting with you across the web, across the board, right? Through any connected device that you've been using, across all systems that are connected, right, with the World Wide Web. But they've been doing that with anyone and everyone of any and every age group that have been interacting with them or interacting with the internet throughout the world, across every country, every city, every village, every township, whatnot, right? So the whole human populace connected to the internet has been having this two-way traffic interface with all sorts of, especially more recently, the last 3 to 4 years, AI-driven algorithms, right? It became a very big deal at the end of 2022, start of 2023, when generative AI, thanks very much to OpenAI, just exploded onto the scene and became the talk of the planet, right? But AI is much more than just generative AI. It does a lot more, and it has been doing a lot more than just generating music or pictures or search responses that we've been seeing with OpenAI products and alternatives to that over the past 12 months, 15 months, so on and so forth, right? So AI-driven algorithms, they interact with your brain, right? You influence to some degree, you do, as an end user of the internet in general, how these algorithms operate. That happens dynamically with every user. Every internet user influences the subsequent functioning and evolution of the operation of these algorithms, but they also interact with you in the reverse and also influence your thought process subtly. That is one layer of this conversation. But the next level of this conversation is that what other people are thinking and how they are interacting with the internet starts to have an impact on how these algorithms interact with you and influence your thoughts. What does it mean? Your thoughts are vicariously not just intertwined with the algorithms you regularly, constantly, all the time in your connected life interact with, but vicariously and indirectly, you're also being influenced by every single internet user spread across the world, from every culture, from every mode of belief system, of every educational level, of every generation. Every internet user on the planet over the past few years has had some role in influencing the way you think today, because gradually and subtly, on a regular daily basis, day-to-day basis, you have been influenced in thought by the algorithms. Your thoughts are now intertwined with the algorithms online, a vast ocean of them, right? I can't put a number on them. And along with that, your thoughts are now intertwined with those of every other internet user on earth, right? Over the past 3-4 year period at least. So that's where we are today. And I call this the Thoughtverse, right? And we are only in the beginning stage, because this is going to advance far more. We are not even on the scratch of the surface. We are still at the conception stage, right? Conception stage, not even the embryonic stage. So we've got a long way to go in this. And as generative AI, as the changes in interfaces between humans and technology evolve, right? All these things come about increasingly at ever rapid paces, right? Ever acceleratingly rapid paces, exponentially as they come about and they converge, with these algorithms, with the AI behind the algorithms. We are going to grow more intertwined with each other, you and I, you and the person next to you, you and the person sitting across the globe from you. We are all going to be intertwined, and not just with each other, other human beings, but also with dynamic systems, cyber physical systems of all sorts, for all sorts of purposes, spread all over the globe, right? And this is the culmination of what has been theoretically called in the past the global brain, or what some people have called the tech singularity. There are a lot of misconceptions about that, a lot of debates about what singularity is. The most nonsensical one I find is that technology will someday surpass humanity and become our master. Well, show me the evidence and I'll believe you. But for everything I've said in this video thus far, there is evidence. You just have to use your Google Gemini, Google Scholar, use your Google search. You'll find it. You won't find the term Thoughtverse because I have coined it. This is probably one of the first places where you can hear of it because I mentioned it elsewhere in passing. This is the first time I'm making a video recording in my voice talking about it, right? So the Thoughtverse is something that I've coined, but we are in that. We've already been in that. And increasingly as the days pass from this day forward, going into decades ahead from here, for as far as the future can be foreseen, we are going to be increasingly intertwined into this thing called Thoughtverse, in my words, and we are going to be increasingly immersed in that, and we are going to increasingly spend our lives, our human life experiences in that Thoughtverse, intertwined with each other and with anything and everything tech that can be connected. And that has massive implications. That has massive implications, of course, not just for marketing, including content marketing and every other type of marketing. It has massive implications for the products that are sellable then, the way those products are sold, the way those products are consumed, and the products we choose to consume, the way we interact with each other, the way we interact with technology, the way we draw entertainment, the way we indulge in leisure, the way we learn, the way we get our education, you name it. Anything and everything that has to do with the human experience. The Thoughtverse has an overwhelming amount of implication moving forth from this day forth. So there you have it. 5 years away from the YouTube channel, The Singapore Futurist, I come back and I'm talking to you about Thoughtverse, and I just did. If you want to find out more, you want to learn more, especially about the overarching and the nitty-gritty implications of this on any type of business you're involved in, any kind of career decision you want to make, or any kind of job or profession group that you may have concerns about, right? Or any type of product market, get in touch with me. Look forward to speaking with you. Bye for now.